Shorthand Dictation for practice start. I am glad to be with you this morning. I think we have to give special attention to the handloom sector. For the last year and a half, I have been receiving a lot of representations from handloom workers and leaders in the handloom movement. And I also know something about it because having been for long in public life, it is impossible not to know something about handlooms, their importance, and their present difficulties. I have a feeling that probably it has not received the attention it deserved for some time. There was a time when our leaders took this as the most important part of our national movement, not necessarily handlooms, but cloth as such. After food, cloth is the most important need and it had certain amount of patriotic element built into it because it was one of the things on which the country was being exploited by foreigners, by the British in particular, and so it had entered into our national spirit right from the days of our independence struggle. Therefore, it has a special meaning, a special significance in India. Another special aspect of this is that it is one of our most ancient crafts, and India has been famous for many centuries, maybe for thousands of years. When many civilized countries of today were not very much better than uncultured people, it was India which flourished because of its trade, because of its textiles, handicrafts, etc. Even today, India is calculated for its cottage industries, small industries, village industries, handloom cloth. These are the things which come to mind when people abroad think of India, not the big industries which are just a replica of what they have in the West. No imitator ever commands respect. It is the initiator who commands respect. There is something original about it. There is something ancient about it, something to be proud of. I know from my own experience that the price of something handmade in the Western markets may be 100 times more than the same thing made on a machine. Now there is an element of justice in it, there is an element of good look in it. In a machine made thing, every product is exactly like every other product. There is no stamp of the person in it. In the handmade things, no two things can be identical. So each article has the stamp of the maker on it, and that is why it bears a much higher price, and more than the price a much higher respect. Indian handicrafts are famous all over the world. Yet there is so much of middlemanship in this that the producer of the handicrafts gets very little. Prices are very high where they sell. It is the middleman or the trader who takes all the cream. That is because our marketing mechanism has not been working as well as it should, and as a result, the producer suffers. Now, this is the case with regard to handlooms also. So, it is time that we at least look at our own history, find ourselves, discover ourselves, and see what we can do. Apart from what we take from abroad, we have to find what we can really send out from our own history, of which we are all proud. Not many of us are aware of what it is. The pride is of a general nature, but more urgent than that is the reason that today the handloom weaver in India is suffering from a multiplicity of difficulties and hardships. If for no other reason, at least to get him out of these difficulties, we have to do something ever determined, and this is what really put me into action when we had the recent change of the Council of Ministers. Several members of parliament leaders told me from time to time that this sector needs immediate and concentrated attention. So I told the minister that he has to really take up a few items and see that they are implemented. There are lots of things to be done. No question about that. However, let us concentrate on a few things first. Dear sir, I am very happy to inform you that this year the students are able to get all the textbooks as soon as the schools are reopened after summer vacation. However, I may bring to your notice that the textbooks are not made available at the doorsteps of the schools. The students studying in the village schools in particular are facing lot of difficulties in getting the textbooks. They have to go to the nearby towns or cities to buy the textbooks. Most of the students, being young, cannot go alone to the towns for this purpose. The parents are also busy with their own work, and therefore they too may not be able to go to the towns to get books to their wards. Even if some of the parents make it possible to go to the nearby towns, they may not get all the books on that particular day. Therefore, they are rather forced to make a number of visits, spending lot of money on transport, apart from wasting their valuable time. Even the students studying in the schools situated in towns and cities have to stand in long queues to get even one single copy of a book. By the time the students secure all the books, some lessons are already taught in the schools. The students who could not get all the books in time are therefore the victims. Hence, it would be better if the schools get the books as per the requirement and supply the same to the students. I therefore urge that government may take a policy decision for supply of all the textbooks to the students in the schools itself, at least in all the villages to start with. Then only there is meaning for the slogan education for all. Yours faithfully.